Welcome to the Online Graduate Practicum Forum for Spring 2018. My name is Lindsey, your presenter. I am a graduate student in the Master of Science in Interdisciplinary Studies program in the Department of Occupational, Workforce, and Leadership Studies at Texas State University in San Marcos, Texas. I'm excited to share with you my practicum experience titled Investigating WIC Fraud on Social Media. I completed my practicum at the Texas Office of Inspector General Headquarters located in Austin, Texas. In my nearly 4 years working for the Office of Inspector General, or OIG for short, I've learned the effect that fraud, waste, and abuse has on taxpayers' valuable dollars. WIC participants illegitimately selling their benefits on social media marketplaces has become a serious problem. The General Investigations Division, or GI, at OIG is currently held accountable for working WIC's social media investigations. However, they are overloaded with working Medicaid and SNAP cases. For this reason, I expressed interest in having the WIC Vendor Monitoring Unit take over WIC social media. After a conversation regarding this proposal with my Assistant Division Deputy and Unit Manager, I was given the all-clear to move forward with this project. The purpose of this practicum is to learn the necessary steps required to transfer WIC social media investigation responsibilities from GI to the Inspections Division of OIG, and to write a new policy and procedure for the WIC Vendor Monitoring Unit to use as a guide when performing social media investigations. The following objectives I set out to accomplish during my practicum experience. By the end of the practicum, I will have a refined understanding of the mixed, multi-generational behaviors in the work environment and the tools and resources the diverse groups of generations require. I will have the ability to successfully and clearly write a full policy and procedure to be carried out by my work unit. And lastly, I will have experience working with and the opportunity to network with employees of all levels and multiple divisions of the OIG, including but not limited to the Inspections and Investigations Division. My practicum was an amazing experience and has provided me with knowledge and experience I will carry with me forever. Here are a few of my practicum highlights. The first highlight of my practicum was the opportunity to work in an environment with a mix of individuals from different generations. We now live in a world where 5 generations of workers will soon be collaborating in the workforce. I learned through interviews and network meetings that everyone has a distinct set of skills they bring to the table, and all ideas are valuable. In addition, I've learned the importance of knowing what motivates employees at work, as well as the difference in each generation's workforce behaviors. The multi-generation work environment is increasingly becoming a diversity challenge for many managers everywhere. The second highlight of my practicum was the chance to give a presentation to my division leadership and show them why the Inspections Division taking over WIC social media would be beneficial to the agency and how it will directly benefit the Inspections Division. Historically, I tended to shy away from any type of public speaking. I didn't possess the confidence needed to clearly articulate myself. This practicum has given me the experience to present my project information to senior level managers in my organization. I've learned how to be clear and concise in my speaking and how to create memorable and professional PowerPoint presentations. The final highlight I will discuss today was the opportunity to attend a 2-day training on Internet intelligence to gather knowledge of free and low-cost tools to execute social media investigations. My initial plan before attending this training was to use the dark web as a forum to locate participants who were in violation of WIC program policies. I learned from the training the many dangers associated with using the dark web. I also learned the value of an investigation on the dark web may not be significant enough to justify the risk of using its directories for WIC investigations. In completing my project, I found the following pieces of literature to be useful and relevant. The first article I selected, Learning Strategies for a Changing Workforce by Robin Hoyle, I learned the difference in different generations present in today's workforce. I also learned I will no longer be able to expect blanket learning strategies to be effective since different generations of workers learn differently. I learned the value of being able to cater to each individual's learning needs and expectations. Secondly, in the article Presenting Your Cost-Saving Ideas to Management by William Marinera, I found useful ways to keep my PowerPoint presentation slides concise and productive. The article included guidelines which helped me give management the information needed to make a decision on whether or not my project would become a new work responsibility for the WIC Vendor Monitoring Unit. Lastly, the article Searching Places Unknown Law Enforcement Jurisdiction on the Dark Web by Ahmed Gapper was important to my practicum because it gave me a clear understanding of the dangers present on the dark web. This article, along with the Internet Intelligence training, gave me a much deeper understanding of exactly how the dark web operates and the dangers it poses not only to my organization's IT infrastructure, but personally to the safety and security of myself and my family. I will now discuss the SWOT analysis of my reflective experience. During this experience, I learned I held a personal strength in adapting to the needs of my project. It was soon after beginning my practicum I realized many activities I thought would be necessary when writing my plan were not important or relevant to the success of getting my project off the ground. For example, while there was a need to disseminate procedure for the new project to my work team, my original plan was redundant. With the help of my site supervisor, I was able to adjust some of the dissemination activities to tasks involving training and investigative software. I consider my ability to adjust and adapt a strength. A weakness I discovered during the practicum period was my initial resistance to interview individuals who were not included in my original schedule. One example is when my site supervisor recommended for me to reach out to an investigator she found to have experience working in WIC social media. Because I was already working with another investigator who held the necessary information, I didn't worry about getting another perspective. Toward the end of the practicum period, I took my site supervisor's advice to interview the second investigator. I found him to be extremely helpful as he was able to provide new insight which helped me move my project along quicker. The resources he introduced me to would have been even more beneficial had I reached out to him in the early weeks of the practicum. In order to improve on this weakness, I will work on being flexible and open to suggestions provided by others. My practicum experience came with many potential career growth opportunities. I believe my greatest opportunity during the practicum period was the ability to network with individuals of all professional levels in my organization. I have learned about many career opportunities I never knew existed through this experience. I've researched these opportunities to find which are of interest to me. The practicum also gave me an opportunity I might not otherwise have had, the opportunity to write a policy and procedure for my work unit. The most significant threat affecting my project is the time frame the investigation's IT unit required to set up a profile for myself in the software which houses WIC participant information. Access to this system is critical and necessary for me to complete investigations. Unfortunately, IT's immediate resources lie within higher priority IT projects needing completion. I consider the time frame of obtaining access to these systems a threat since I'm not able to move forward with my project until access is granted. This experience has granted me the opportunity to explore different career paths for my future. The first opportunity I will have is continuing the work on my practicum project. I will continue with the implementation of the WIC social media investigations in my work unit. There is still much work to be done on the project, including a 30-day pilot of the program requested by OIG leadership to justify the need for the new element of work in my division. I am confident I will be successful in substantiating the need for a more dedicated approach to WIC social media fraud. The ability to carry out this project will open many doors to new opportunities during the course of my career. While working on building this new element for my unit, I have had many opportunities to work with staff from GI, which has provoked my interest in a possible career with this team. With the knowledge gained during my practicum period, investigative work is only one of the many doors that has opened for me within the Office of Inspector General. Lastly, while attending the 2-day Internet Intelligence training, I had the opportunity to network with many members of law enforcement agencies who complete analytical work. While it is not within my realm of consideration to become a law enforcement officer, I realized through networking with analysts at this training that I might be interested in analytical behind-the-scenes work for criminal investigations. Being an analyst would allow me to still be involved without the risk associated with being out in the field. In conclusion, I would like to thank everyone at the Texas Office of Inspector General who has played a role in ensuring I've accomplished the learning objectives I've set for myself. The knowledge I have taken from this experience is invaluable. On the YouTube page below, please indicate your anonymous preference for this practicum by clicking either like or dislike. Please post your comments or questions in the YouTube comment section below. I will respond to all inquiries posted between March 26th and April 8th through this webpage. Thank you for your time.